Hey, I wrote this poem, not a poem, more like a dialogue. Originally, I called it Mara's Last Stand. But then I thought that sounds maybe too presumptuous because who knows if it's the last stand or not. Um, and I ended up calling it Dialogue with Mara. It was pretty much a transcript of my last, slightly dramatized, but not by much, transcript of my last meditation before um, the shift that I mentioned in my previous video. So maybe it was Mars Last Stand, but anyway, this is it. And I performed it at the retreat during the poetry readings, and yeah, I thought I'd put it online too. Mars Last Stand. You'll never be free, Mara says in that low, steely voice that brooks no dissent. It tells the listener, usually a child, in no uncertain terms, that its word is final. Who do you think you are, anyway? I know that voice. I take a breath. I have no idea who I am, I answer truthfully. Well, shouldn't you bloody well find out? It asks. For I've been reading the Narnia books, and my ego has picked up some British mannerisms. I don't know how. Well, don't worry, it says confidently. I do. No, you don't, I say calmly. You just pretend. You take random elements, a crumb, a whip, a glance, and construct a Frankenstein's monster that you call an identity. But you don't even know where any of that came from. Mara draws itself up, outraged. Where did this impertinence come from? I inhale. I felt it, that oceanic sense, something bigger than you. Mara scoffs. You can't just declare yourself to be some ocean. I'm not declaring myself to be anything. I'm telling you what I experienced. How do you know what you experienced? It says witheringly. I pause. It's a trick question. We both know there's no answer I can give that will satisfy it. So I try the logical approach. Well, in a way, I suppose it's obvious. You have to exist within something. I felt what it is that you exist within. Bah, don't look there, it says, still sounding slightly British. There's nothing there, it shudders. Nothing but emptiness, annihilation, your greatest fear, that you're not real and you don't matter. Actually, I say, that's your greatest fear. I'm not afraid anymore. Mara looks dumbfounded. Not afraid? Are you kidding me? A car could hit you. Your children could die. I take another breath. Mara knows it's hitting below the belt to bring my kids into it. We've been over this before. Everyone will die. I have no control over that. Fine then, run into traffic. I probably won't do that. I've learned to take sensible precautions. Thanks to me? Yes, probably at least in part thanks to you. And I do thank you for helping me when I had no other defense. I'm not ungrateful, but nothing stays the same, and it's time for me to fledge. You can't keep me in the nest forever. I can, and I have. I had your father until the day he died. Do you dare to go beyond him? His life was a warning of what can happen if you never dare. Mara grumbles. But why should you trust this nebulous universe? Why should I trust you? I've gotten you this far. You can take me no further. No, it says flatly. You can't get past me. You're not ready. You're pathetic and awkward and dumb. Well, yes, I am human. Sometimes humans are pathetic or awkward or dumb. But it's worse than that, it says. You're worse than a war criminal because they don't know any better. You know better, and you still can't always do better. I shrug. That may be true. I may, in fact, be the very worst among all the humans. If that is how the universe made me, then that is what I am. No, don't listen to that nonsense. Listen to me. You're actually better than all the others, the best among us. Go forth and unite the nations. Bring peace to all. I chuckle. Yeah, arrogance, grandiosity, it's the other side of the coin of insecurity. I'll do as the universe wants, not what you or I want. Mara sniffs. Religious nonsense. You lost your blind faith at age 14. Picking it up again in your 40s? How embarrassing. It's not quite the same. My other faith was in stories filtered through thousands of egos. This isn't so much faith as anti-faith, setting aside all the stories, seeing what's left. What's left? So ordinary. And it's not boring, it's barbarous. You've seen how cruelly deranged it is. I've also seen how exciting and kind it can be, how intricate and elegant. Ugh, I suppose this is the best of all possible worlds, Dr. Pangloss. I wouldn't know how to categorize this world. I have nothing to compare it against. It's the only world I have. I'm telling you, you don't want to know. And even if you think you do, mark my words. You'll go home after this, and the minute you feel shame or anger burning in your chest, you'll come crawling back to me, desperate for my counsel and my comfort. You'll find me at the bottom of a pint of ice cream. You won't like me, but you'll like the alternative even less. I shrug lightly. One way to find out. No, you can't run from me. You can't hide from me. You can't overpower me. Certainly not trying to overpower you or banish you. I have no control over you at all. You can do whatever you want. You come anytime you want. You can stay as long as you want. Mara leans back with a satisfied sneer. But I don't have to listen to you. Mara freezes for a moment. Its eyes bulge. Its lips quiver in suppressed rage. Then suddenly it slumps over as if someone pulled its plug and is deflating. I know this gambit. Now it's going to play the victim. You broke my back, it wheedles. You took my power. How could you, after all I've done for you? I took nothing. By now you only have the power I give you. I'm just not giving it to you anymore. It hesitates, calculates. I'm still quite strong, it warns. You have no idea how strong I am. No one doubts your power, I say. It comes from a deep magic from the dawn of time. That's right. But there's a deeper magic from before the dawn of time. Your power can't touch that. Mara's nose twitches in disgust. Anyway, you're lazy and sloppy and you'll never get it right, even if you pretend not to be a tryhard. I inhale deeply. Yes, that may be. Again, one way to find out. And while you're gazing at your navel, the world will go to hell. It might. It'll be your fault for not helping. I've tried helping your way. It doesn't work so well. Try harder. You'll get there. It's just there. Just out of reach. Like those claw machines as a kid, right? The ones you almost never win. My heart brightens. But you won it that one time. One time, yes, I concede. And where's that prize now? Mara blinks. I can see it's getting rather desperate, ready to clutch at any straw. But what if no one laughs at your jokes? It asks. No one even hears most of your jokes. You just crack yourself up in a corner like some loser. I smile. I like my jokes. Anyway, they're not really my jokes. They just sort of happen. Little gifts from the universe. And I get to hear every single one of them.